Estava aqui a falar sem microfone. Imenso. Hello. Então, olha, a pergunta no chat funciona. Pronto, escreve-nos. Hello, welcome back. So Filipe wrote the question for this next 30 minutes. You can read while we wait for the others. And I can read out loud if you want. How do you think the combination of art, nature, and body can work better to build resilience than to work separately? And this is because that is the core of heart. So that's why we are interested in your opinion. And hello, Maruska. So again, Maruska will be with us for this half an hour as an observer. Maybe she shares some words about it in the end. So this space, this half an hour is really, you know, it's really, we want to know what comes to your mind, even if you haven't thought about it before. What is the difference between, imagine, you do art activities, and art activities focus on building resilience for 1 year, or nature activities for 1 year, or body activities for 1 year, or the combination for 1 year. So what is the difference of this isolated practice or a combined? How can it work better? In what way? So we stay with this question. Let's see what comes to your mind now, and then we share. And hopefully Alicia joins us. I'm gonna see if she's lost. Hello, Sandra.
Yes, I clicked.
You're supposed to be in another room. Okay, okay, you know.
Yeah, I know, but I clicked it and it brought me here, so I'll try again.
Okay. This is funny. Okay, so just to clarify, we don't want that there's no right or wrong question, and actually it's not just about sharing like in the previous conversation that is about what it impact you. This space, this question is for us to talk about it. So we can unlock microphones and we can, you know, have a conversation about it. It doesn't have to be like now Susanna is going to say what she thinks and then Palma and then so on. It's like we open this space to this. We don't know what's going to happen in this conversation. And this is the question, the topic, how is this different? And then whenever we feel we want to say something that contributes, we talk. Is it clear? Okay, thank you. So Aditya is not here. I don't know. Maybe she will join us. Would you mind to wait 1 more minute? Okay, I'll just ask her if she's okay. Don't know why my computer is not cooperating. So I'm sure she knows the link. So you can unlock your microphones. You also, Philippe, I know you are the host, but you also participant in this conversation. Okay, so what came to your mind when you think about what could be better in a diversity approach?
Integration. And we are not compartmental. And it's, I think through integrating them, we kind of experience an integration on ourselves as well. There is something, I just borrowed the word from Sandra. She was talking about quality, if I remember well. And there is something about how do I express a particular quality, yeah, that I am experiencing. And there is something about being guided by that. And in that, probably finding the pathway and integration between a different way of exploring. I'll give you an example because otherwise it seems like vague. I was part of the labyrinth group yesterday. It's Alicia. My experience of doing that was very much about, I use art. I drew a labyrinth on a piece of paper. Also, I use movement and not much into the way of, right, first I draw and then I move with my fingers on the labyrinth. I was really the integration of that. I was moving with the drawing. I was stopping and pausing and reflecting with that. So to me, that is a kind of example of integrating something. But also with that, my story becomes more integrated.
Yeah, it reminds me, I once watched this, I can share with you later. It's a dancer talking about the illusion of isolation because he's teaching dance and he was giving some examples like if you want to know a tree and you cut it and bring it out of its forest, you are not really getting to know the tree fully. You are, you know, that we have this tendency to understand because that's I think what we want to understand and to be in a way that is more whole. We need to understand what's going on, and so we start to separate and analyze. And he was saying life is not like that. Life is an interconnection of things, and it's okay, you can now look at one thing, but that doesn't mean that there is no interaction. What is wrong to do is just to focus on believing that that is the wholeness and that there is no connection and interconnection. One example that was very good example for me, he was like, if I'm telling a story to my kid, I am not just going to tell him the part of the story that I'm sure he's understanding. It makes no sense. I tell him the story, and little by little, he is going to understand more and more about this story. And this was the example that, I don't know, what you were saying, Palma, brought me here, like this integrated approaches bring this possibility for us to be aware that we are not just us, we are us with the place we are, with the people, and even in the whole in other parts of the world they can impact us, and nature is showing global warming is showing that very clear now, and even the planet I mean, we are so small, you know, the sun is huge, and we just look at what we can see. We have and what we can manage, and then the rest we choose maybe sometimes not to consider. And this approach, I mean, when you are in a difficult situation, this is what you feel, kind of overwhelming, right? Like, I don't know if I can handle this. I'm feeling I have to make an effort to deal with it because it's so difficult. Can I manage? Will I be able? You know, this is the natural questions that come when you are in a very stressful situation. What should I do? And this practices, because this is what they are. We practice art, and Dagna was saying that it works also as a distraction, but actually I would say as a distance, because while you are doing something, you are not thinking on that, but actually it will come through you because it's in you, present, and it's worrying you. So it will come out, and then you will see it in the painting, in the dance, and you can transform it. And yeah, I think this works well for us to put out and see it in a way that doesn't need to be analyzed. We just see it. Mm, it's hard as a human. These qualities are very invisible, and not everybody can mirror or see us. Nowadays, people are so focused in understanding what you're saying to reply, that this listening, uh, that is the moment that you mirror the other, is when you are totally with the other, just listening. If you are with the other to be to express, then it doesn't work, I would say, in this way. And so I think for me, this thing of the isolation and this combination really really touches key elements of our really allow us to bring humanity to our journey, to our lives, to our being, because the art will make you express, the nature will just make you be and, you know, a kind of breathe and become um, aware, because it's very sensorial. When I think on nature, it's like become aware of, you are here, you exist, you have a body, you have an impact, and something is with you. And then the body, I usually think of the body as a ticket to the life journey. It's, or a mean, maybe the transport to this life journey. And if we integrate it, we get so much more of life journey. Even in a difficult situation, this is important because often we don't know what's going on, and the body can tell us everything, and we don't practice this so much. And these activities of the body, they really, at least you know how is it inside, you fix it a bit, it impacts outside. They're powerful means, I think, all of them. I don't know.
It makes me think of. Wait, I think, are we muted?
No,
we are not. Okay, good. It just makes me think of different learning styles. So, you know how they say that some people are visual learners, some people need to hear something in order to learn, and some people need to do something with their hands, do something practical in order to learn. And, you know, and like good educators are supposed to use all those different strategies or different approaches to address the needs of different learners. And if the goal is to build resilience, how much more we can achieve by combining all those different methodologies or approaches, you know, to how many more people we can cater if we combine all those different methodologies. Because, you know, like if someone wants to build the resilience or get involved in some activities, you know, it's like, I guess like in the modern world, it's almost impossible that everyone gets a chance to try or to experiment with all those different methodologies. And there are, you know, so many more methodologies and approaches to check out and just try them out. So it's like basically impossible, but, you know, if we could find a way to combine them or bring them together to address different needs of different learners, so, you know, I think there's a higher chance that we will be able to build resilience in everyone. And it just makes me think of this idea of synergy, that, you know, 1+1+1, it's like not necessarily 3, but, you know, might be something else, maybe might be something more. And yeah, I think the question that that we're discussing right now, that was asked, I think it's a very difficult question because I haven't really thought about it that much, and I'm still trying to make sense of what we've been learning for the past few hours. So I don't have like clear answers yet, but I'm involved as an outdoor educator, and I think this question is challenging me because I'm thinking, okay, you know, how can I bring art, how can I bring, you know, embodied learning, how I can bring more appreciation of nature into what I'm doing with my students or participants. So yeah, I think it's challenging me in these ways, and yeah, I would love to think more, and like I love being challenged and like thinking how I can combine those different strategies and approaches into what I'm doing to address different needs to build resilience.
Yeah, you touched a very, I mean, we talked, this is like the entrance to Heartland, our needs, that we are aware of them. And if you already have a more vast checklist, if you're not just checking if you're breathing, you know, if you're checking how are you mentally, how are you emotionally, how are you, then maybe you have a more a complete vision. And then when you choose what to do in terms of what activities can you are needing right now, and if you combine, if one activity has all, and this exists in the heartland, sometimes one activity combines them, the three already, um, then even if you don't know your need, you have better chances to touch it, to respond it, because you are doing it for, you know, I think also we are very goal oriented, or at least oh, I have a need, how can I, we can just do it by being, because we, as Sila grandparents were doing, we are humans, we, it's natural to do art, to want to sing, to want to go in the nature, it's a calling. We might have disconnected and we need an activity, but it's also, I think, about the way you see it. I mean, the perspective, if you see it as a goal, then you already blocking surprises that can happen. I don't know. So I like to think in as a, yeah, as a something fun to do, a practice, a hobby, I don't know. And then of course it brings benefits, but or more something together with people, people would just gather and do something. Okay, what? Okay, we have these tools and this could be one thing. And then what we noticed when we were doing these activities with random people, uh, trainers, non-trainers, wherever, it's the power of them. Once you get, because they have so much space for you to express yourself, for you to be you, and we're not used to. I used to follow. Okay, what we're gonna do now? We're gonna hug the tree. Okay, hug the tree. But then it's like you can do anything you want for 10 minutes in nature. You're like, oh, what do I want? And then you connect with yourself, you know? So I like very much this space. For me, it's like to breathe.
I like what you're saying about entrance. And I also want to go back to what Ula, what you said about facilitator and the understanding that people, you know, there are different styles of learning, which is, I think, is very true. For me, as a facilitator, there is something about actually facilitating that understanding. Normally people have. So I kind of, instead of providing an activity, so instead of me doing the work, I need to understand the style of learning and then provide the right one. There is something which is very much in tune with what we're talking about facilitating this learning so that the person becomes the actor. The person tells you what is the entrance, what is the threshold, and what is next step. And that's, to me, it's part of integration as well, and putting that together. So it's more, the question then comes, it's what is our role in that as facilitator? You know, what is our expertise? You go back to the question of expert. What actually means to be an expert? Does it mean that I'm teaching something? Talk about resilience and the ability to own our own journey, to embody our own journey, to be ourselves. So the question is about, again, I say it again, where is our role? What is our expertise as facilitators?
As a facilitator?
Yeah.
Um,
It's an open question, you know, it's a question to myself as well, yeah.
And that makes me go back to something I really like Ula said, that is, well, now I forgot how you said it, but it was something about, I forgot it, sorry. It was something about the world being fast or too much to do, but I cannot remember. Okay, so I think our role is, I remember, is to do less, to you know, people go excited, what are we going to do, what we're going to do, and then we give an activity that actually offers space, and you know, you're going to do it because that's the proposal, but actually you are then have an opportunity to own your journey. So in that way, I think the role of the facilitator is a bit like getting out of the stage. Hey, here I am, I'm the one who knows things, I'm going to tell you how you're going to live better, how is, you know, you get out of the role and you get curious, and just by being curious, the participants get curious because they need to answer your curiosity, they get to look inside, right? So I think that is a bit different approach than what people are expecting, but already that difference shakes a bit the patterns we are used to go into. And I think it's good to break patterns and automatic things just so you can choose your own that suits you. Because sometimes they are unconscious and you don't have time for it. And then the other role that when you were talking, something came to my mind very it is that in, you know, we were talking that the exit of heartland is the reflection. It has power anyway if you go in nature and you're not aware of what you benefit from it, but if you do, wow, you know, because it is proved how much what you think of things can affect you. So if you are aware of, you know, or grateful, or if you put that in a clear, wow, this was good, it was good to be with people, it was good to breathe. If you have a space, so here we are giving space as a role again, a space to become aware, then when you go out, you even feel that when people finish a training like the ones we did, they look different. the families like, oh, wow, what happened to you? You know, you're kind of touched. And I think one of the elements is again that togetherness, that you are doing things, but you are going as a group. I think this is something we've lost a bit, kind of community. It is a basic human need, the need to belong. And this group where we do things can, and again, the repetition in terms of the exercise, but with a group that has a journey, a journey group. It's hard. People now like to do random things. Oh, I remember what Ula said. That is, if you want to respond to everything exciting that exists, you know, you want to do the nature, and then you end up with a full schedule like some kids have, swimming pool, and you know, you want the body to be good, the mind to be, and then you have no time to enjoy it because you're so full. And so it's not about doing more, it's about how you do it and how what you do can reach your wholeness, or is at least aware of it. And here again, the facilitator has a role to bring, hey guys, how did this touch your body? What is it going on in your body? Or, you know, I would say. Filipe and Sila, do you want to say something? Maruska, you?
No.
I don't know if I can.
Well, can we just wait? Sila, do you want to share something?
I don't know. I wrote down here for me that here is the formula: A plus B plus C is what is the result, or how we think about this art, body, and nature, and there are different things, or do they have something common? So what if we want to write down as a mathematical formula and the question sounded like that. You put it for us, and I don't know the answer, and I wrote down the word honesty, because I was thinking that through art I'm honest, and my body is honest, and the nature is honest, and maybe for me that's the common in three of them, and there's no lie in them, and if I apply them together, all three of them, maybe it has more a bigger impact because of the honesty, because I can feel that it's genuine, or it's not false, it's not artificial, it's no.
Very nice. Maruska, you want to say something before we close? I'm sorry, guys, I managed the time. I thought we had another schedule.
Yeah, I don't want to talk a lot. I'm really touched about what you say, because there were so many different points that I can absolutely feel connected with. And I feel that for me, it's very difficult to separate all these big topics like art, body, and nature, because for me, they work absolutely amazing together. In the nature, you can get inspired with how your body can move. You can observe nature and feel your body in the nature, because everything is moving everywhere. The same with art. It's like the huge authority for me, the nature. And the beauty of the nature is the best artist, and you can get inspired with the nature and create a lot of things in the nature. So everything works really beautiful together. And I think that maybe very often we forget that we are wholeness. A human, it's not like someone who can, you know, separate in different boxes and say, now you are doing this and now you are doing this and that. And also how the learning process should be. We should always combine different fields in learning, just to see that we are all the time complex creatures that are learning different things in the same time. And when you said about what is the role of a facilitator, and what is, sometimes we are, as you said, Susanna, we are very much goal-oriented people. We want to see the goal, the aim of something. But after many years of working in what I'm doing, I think there was one person who really touched me with the comment after the whole workshop I did. And somebody approached me. The workshop was about some topic. I don't really remember what was it about. But the person approached me and she said, you know, I don't know what you did, but I feel happy and free. And she left. And I think that's the most beautiful compliment that you can get, that somebody just feel that being somewhere with you, with the whole group, made him feeling fulfilled and happy with everything that happened. And for me, that's my personal goal when I lead some workshop, just to give the people chance to feel free and happy with themselves and with everything that is happening around. So yeah, that's from me.
Thank you. So we disconnect because this is being recorded and you will receive it later. So we will start a new round again. Okay. Thank you, Maruska. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to have you.